What is up, Bears fans, and as always, welcome back to the Bear Review. Now, earlier today, Ryan Poles announced the signing of two veteran defenders to the Bears roster, that being edge rusher Tanoh Kpassagnon and defensive back Tre Flowers. While these aren't blockbuster names, both signings could quietly bring value to the Chicago Bears depth chart heading into training camp. So as always, I wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown on both players. So let's jump right into it. Now, as you guys know, I'm a sucker for these edge rushers, so let's start off with Tanoh Kpassagnon. So standing in at 6'7" and nearly 290 pounds with freakishly long 35-inch arms, the guy has always looked like he's been built in a pass rusher lab, checking all the boxes you want from an athletic trait standpoint, including, for his size, a blazing 4.83 40 time. But on the field, he's been more of a rotational disruptor than a true edge star. Across his time with the Chiefs and the Saints, he's posted 16.5 career sacks, with most of his pressures coming from hustle plays and stunts versus more one-on-one dominance. In total, across his career, he's played 104 games with 34 starts. Like I said, he had 16.5 sacks with 141 total tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 9 pass deflections. One thing I always like to look at with the edge rushers is pass rush win rate. Now his is just under 9% historically, while sometimes hitting upwards of 11%. He did that in 2023. Now, while that 9% is well below league average, that doesn't mean he has no value. He is a versatile long-arm depth piece who can play the edge or kick inside, while using his power to dent the pocket. In the Bears' rotation behind Montez Sweat and Dayo Odeyingbo, he gives you size, motor, and experience in playoff environments, having won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs in 2019. And the big thing about this move is Bears defensive coordinator Dennis Allen coached him for 4 years in New Orleans. And also, GM Ryan Poles helped draft him in Kansas City in 2017 when he was director of college scouting. This move screams familiarity and fit. Now, while I don't see Kpassagnon overtaking Montez Sweat or Dayo Odeyingbo for a starting role, he can fit the role of Darrell Taylor and Jacob Martin last season, as that high-energy, versatile edge rusher who can give you pressure when you need it the most. Next up is defensive back Tre Flowers, former safety converted to cornerback in Seattle. Now, Seattle took him in the 5th round at pick 146 in the 2018 NFL Draft. Now, Flowers is 6'3", roughly 200 pounds with 33-inch arms, and a really good 4.45 40-yard dash. He's always been that long, rangy type that defensive coordinators love. Over the course of his career, he's played in 95 games with 44 starts, to the tune of 287 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 interceptions, 5 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries, and 22 pass deflections. Now I want to get real for a second, and I've never sugarcoated anything for you guys. He's never been that great in coverage. His PFF grade last season for coverage was only around 46. He's often targeted and often beat, usually ending the year with a reception percentage of around 70%. But to his credit, he rarely gives up massive plays and is more of a bend, don't break kind of DB. What Flowers does bring, is even more paramount now with the injury to Jalen Johnson, is versatility. Flowers can line up at outside corner, cover tight ends, and even rotate back into free safety. He's always been a plus contributor on special teams and is physical in the run game. You have to think of him as more of a Swiss Army knife versus a true shutdown corner for the back end. So while these two won't dominate the headlines, Tanoh Kpassagnon and Tre Flowers bring traits that the Bears are clearly valuing: length, versatility, athleticism, and familiarity with the coaching staff in terms of Kpassagnon. Now, unfortunately, with bringing in new players, older ones have to go. So the Bears also today waived DB Alex Cook and defensive end Jermaine Robinson, who they signed as an undrafted free agent from Kansas earlier this year. Both Kpassagnon and Flowers should provide a good amount of competition in the upcoming training camp. And if I'm going to be honest, Kpassagnon has probably the highest chance of making the roster full-time just because we're so thin at edge. And unless Flowers absolutely stands out, he'll more than likely be on the unemployment line once Jalen Johnson comes back fully healthy. Say what you want about guys like Tyrique Stevenson and Terrell Smith. Overall, the Chicago Bears cornerback room is stacked. So let me know what you think. Are these guys solid depth moves or just camp bodies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Bears updates all camp long. And as always, bear down.